Alright, got an order for a Cedar lantern out of California. And these will have like 2 doors in there. And maybe get the remnants of the plaque out of there anyway. That's some little pieces I had here in the garage. I've got several doors that none of them are cedar. And then these are the boxes, 16 inches, so they'd be about 4 boxes by the time I get done ripping them down into shape. And I had a bunch of walnut, oak and stuff, but no cedar. So anyway, so I've been resawing some of the good old-fashioned cedar boards, and some of them were big old thick guys like that one right there. They were pretty gnarly looking. And once you get done sawing them up and getting rid of all of the defects out of them, it probably's got 20-25% waste when you're dealing with cedar. There's just lots of stuff in it that you just can't put in it because it'll just break out and put in there. So get the voids and the different stuff. And so anyway, yeah, here's the waste cut out of it. Got the rot and the cracks and the splits and the soft spots and the inclusions and things like that. So that's from those boards right there that are glued up, and them glued up over there. So the resawing, and there they are. All right. After drying overnight, Collie went and come out and check these. We'll strip the clamps off them and get them cut to size and plane them. Well, plane them first. Well, cut them size and plane them. And we'll put them in the CNC. So let's get started. And just a reminder to me to charge more for cedar. When I popped this unglued, this thing cracked. This one cracked. And these are all just the rips in the crack. It's not the glue joints by any means. And so there they are. So we'll have to cut them off and then cut them out and glue some more of them back together. We will get a panel together for it. So there we go. I'm going to rip these down to the widths. And I think my widths on these are 13 by 16. So they need to be 13 inches wide. So we'll get some of them cut, and then we'll glue these other panels back together. All right. I like this Wellwood. It's a CA type glue. It cures in 30 minutes, reposition up to 3 minutes. For this little simple deal where I just straight lined them broken splits in that old cedar and maybe another panel, it allows you to glue it up, put it together in 30 minutes, going back to where you was at. So for the biggest part, you can't beat type bond, but when you're in a quick mode, that right there works out pretty good. That's a good team as well. And so sometimes I'll mix them up if I got enough room for them. So but anyway, we got that on there, and we'll cut that up to 13 inches and then get the planer out and start doing some planing. Get them down to the size that I need them to be. So there's those 3. And one's door panels. I do need to split them up into door panels, so let's get that done. Note to self, when working with cedar, charge $15, $5 more per unit for waste, and for the time it takes, probably should be better, higher than that. But anyway, yeah, so I've had to glue. Anyway, this is a fingerboard that I've been cutting out. I got to run it through the planer. And get the planer hooked up. Goes over there. And that's the configuration for that little guy. A little shelf bracket that holds this all up. And that's all good. So let's get that done. Alright, Mark, remember, charge more for cedar. All them good engravings that should just snap together. Now you got to fill every one of them holes and make it look pretty. So there we go. That's the first one off of there. I'm going to build another one. Alright, need to go hunting for my parts. See where they're all at. There's one of them. Probably some others back there in the back. That one there. So, there you go. Cedar at its best. You can see also row of teeth here, row of teeth here, row of teeth here. So, alright. This is just dry fitted. All I've done is squeeze all the parts together. I'm going to now go over that with super glue and bring all my parts in and tighten them up. And it looks like I need to put a little clamp over there and bring that one in on that side. Okay, once you've thrown some glue on there, now we're going to go in there and fill these voids with regular Titebond glue and sawdust. Get them all fitting in there. This one I slowed down to 45%, and of course it's taking longer to run it. It's only 17 minutes. But, you know, it's not a whole lot of extra time. But it saves some of them peas. Not going around here as fast as the one with the rope. So there we go. Alright. Here are our pines with all the holes filled on the sides, and I don't have to do this really on anything else other than the cedars. The cedars that's part of their nature, and I'll go back and fill this after it gets good and dry, probably maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway, maybe on later on this afternoon if I can get it to go. So there we go. All right, this one was by far the best one. But still had lots of teeth missing. You know, cedar's just one of them things. Main thing is try and pair it up, a good edge with a bad edge, and then it'll fill in and you won't see it. So there we go. Let's get that glued up. Alright, did a little flattening bit just to clean off all the little nails and the screw holes. And yeah. Nice and smooth. Flat. So get that thing off there and put another quarter plywood on there and away we'll go. Alright, door panels in. I'm only going to be able to make 2 of them on this one. So there they are there. And I'm just on the edge from the datums on the corner. So I've just used a bunch of tacks and put in there and let's see how this thing goes. Alright, there they are. They're basically an onion skin. I'm just going to pry them up. And the parts just kind of pull out of there. Alright. Need to do a little more sanding on there. It's going to come out fine. This is not as it's not as hard as what I want it to be. So just centered it down a little bit, not quite as thick as that. A little more air to it, and we'll get that sanded up. The lanterns come along fine. I got 5 doors made up. Cedar was a little problematic, but you know, it's normal. There's always something got to deal with. Anyway, so I'm lasering the lantern top right now, and I think I'll probably just shoot a real fresh coat of lacquer on this thing and go with that. There we go. Alright, after a little sanding, still got a little holes to fill. So I brought some of that dust over, and we're going to pour some in and rub some in. Alright, they're coming together. Did a little finish sanding on them, put clear coat on them, they'll look pretty good. And that's my components so far. And made a couple of extra. I think I made 5 doors today and 3 of these boxes. So I don't have everything completed yet. The doors are pretty well completed other than finish. So anyway, the carving came out good on this one, and that's lasered, or that's V-carved, and then it's also lasered on top of the V-carved, and it's got a shot of clear gloss over it. So that ought to last a little while. And there's the door in all its glory. and the tray part. As soon as I get this sanded up, it'll be good. And just cut the lid off and glue it on, and put a couple screws in it, assemble it, and it'll be ready to roll.